All right, here we are at Bowling Green Station. Bowling Green is the last 4 or 5 Green Line stops here in Manhattan. We are going up to a performance and park here. This is Battery Park. We're in a section of Battery Park called Richard Wagner Park, he was a mayor, former mayor of New York City. So I believe we're going to that section of the park. This is Battery Park. Battery Park is at the very bottom. It's the tip of Manhattan. It's a lovely park, a lot of history and historic things there, statues. There is something called the Battery. It's used to fend off ships that tried to attack New York back in the day. So historical place that's now maybe a restaurant or something like that, but at one time was a battled spot. This is also sort of where the city was many centuries ago. You see there's the Custom House, which is now a museum. Cabin Class is a Citibank building, but it was a shipping building at one point. Let's see if we can get across here. There is a highway there. I think we did go see that building. And of course, that's the Freedom Tower. And there are buses coming at us, so we will wait. And down that way, over there, is the ferry. So we're not at the ferry right now. Maybe one day we'll take a ferry ride. Did do a Circle Line ride past the Statue of Liberty. Well, the ferry is less expensive, meaning free option. The Staten Island ferry goes right by Statue of Liberty, and it's free. People here are tourists. Triborough Bridge and Tunnel Authority, so there is a Brooklyn Battery Tunnel here. Goes underneath to Brooklyn. And new and old buildings. Some condos, some rental buildings. As we walking west into the sun, I will get to this dance performance by the Battery Dance Company and maybe take some pictures there. Wagner Park is back. Oh, I see a sign. So that's where we're going today. The rest of the performances, I believe, will be a little further up. That's other days. This whole week is the Battery. It's Battery Dance Company's season outdoors, but a lot of dance companies that take part. I don't know if it's 30 or 40 companies. Can't possibly cover all of them, but I do try to cover the Battery Dance Company since I've done photography for them for a few decades. And they have visited my family in India, performed there, which is how I found out about them in the first place. Let's take a little break here, come back closer to Richard Wagner Park. All right, a little greenery over here. Battery Dance Festival. We got some nice sculptures of instruments, and the dance performance is about to start. There we go. Hello.
Hello.
Beauty of this particular spot is right above the water. There are a lot of boats going by.
And indeed is happening right now with all your conversations.
And then back here we have all the buildings of downtown Manhattan.
Original soundtrack by yours truly.
Around the fire, hey ya, you are me and I am you. Step and step, the flames grow higher. I am my time, you and mine. I'm safely yielding. I am.
Along with Leah Gregorian on keyboard. Come on, let's go. And Ben Tiberio on bass. And Mike Pilot on drums. John Manzari and band. Yes. And for me, as the sun sets, thinking about Carla, dance has a very short memory, but we won't forget Carla Maxwell.
Hi, Christopher Butt here. We just did some tours in this area, the Financial District. We saw this building here, 77 Greenwich. I think we saw some apartments inside when we did the Financial District tour. And hopefully you've followed me and subscribed so that you can see additional neighborhood tours. And if you need any help with apartments, definitely contact me at the link below. Now we're going to head into Battery Park City. So up here is the parking structure. Sort of divides Lower Manhattan Financial District buildings from Battery Park City. So Battery Park City was formed by reclaiming land. A lot of New York back in the Dutch era was built on reclaimed land, but this is a huge project that was, I think it was done in the 70s. And they started building the World Trade Center and taking the dirt from that excavation and a few other places to fill in this little area that was part of the Hudson River. So it was reclaimed, and it's called Battery Park City. So we did take a look at Battery Park a little earlier. I think we went to see a performance there. So I've gotten off at Rector Street. Some interesting buildings here, the 50 West condominium, and that's over here. Whoa, way up there. Yep. And also went to a condominium the other night, which was not in my Financial District video. That one was 125 Greenwich. So you definitely saw 77 Greenwich if you saw my Financial District video, but I had a separate viewing at 125 Greenwich, a little further north. The roof deck with beautiful views of the World Trade Center. One World Trade Center, which is called the Freedom Tower, 1,776 feet tall. Tallest building in New York City. And that's, of course, including the spire. But here we go across a little bridge. I'm going to show you how we get. I'm sure we can cross the street as well, but this is a good way of getting across here. So that's the West Side Highway. Here's a little bridge. That over there is the World Financial Center, which I think they call Brookfield Place now. It was built a little after the World Trade Center, slightly to the west. Battery parking garage. So this traffic here on the West Side Highway, it goes into a tunnel. I think you can come up on the other side, on the east side, on the FDR. It's another highway. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. There's the World Trade Center. So a lot of highways, a lot of cars, and I think you can get to Brooklyn too, the Battery Tunnel. So fortunately don't drive that much, fortunately or unfortunately. And here we are, we've crossed the highway. As you can see, you can go all the way up and down, walking or bicycling, way up to the top end of Manhattan. And we get over here into Battery Park City. Now some of these buildings here are very modern. Some were built back in the 70s when this area was just coming up. I think that might be the Solair. Might have some footage on that. A LEED certified. LEED certified means it has a certification for the amount of carbon footprint produced by the building. So there'll be solar and other materials that keep it from emitting too much into the atmosphere. It's a nice little portion here, walking along in Battery Park City. As you can see, we came over the bridge. A little dog park over here. And this beautiful building. A couple more buildings down there. One of them had a hotel in it. This is the Visionaire. Just give you a little flavor. So it does feel like a different city. It's not that New York. You turn around, look back. Back there is Gotham City, New York. You can see this different style of building, high rises, old buildings, new buildings. But here you have also new buildings, high rises, but all new buildings. So the Visionaire, fairly new building. There's two more buildings there. I think the last one was a Millennium building. It had a hotel in it. Not sure if that's still there. It did go out at one point. And the amenity spaces were linked to the hotel, so that made life a little difficult for those who bought into that building. And that's again after, I'm not sure if it was 9/11, Sandy, one of those. There are parts of this Battery Park City here, parts of it, when Sandy happened, had their own grid. So the electricity never went out because they had their own little grid. Those are a little further up. We'll see those more towards Tribeca. But here we see some, these look like regular American streets. You can see the older building there that's got built in the middle of the street. And then the newer buildings over here. Riverwatch is another older building. A lot of these are condominiums or maybe some form of condo. So basically the land under many of them is owned by the city. They call it a land lease in some cases, but it's not a private entity as in other parts of the city. It is the government, the city government. So while you do pay a little extra to the city for this land that they've excavated, it's called pilot. It's a payment. It's payment in lieu of taxes. So it does make some of the monthlies a little more than in other parts of the city. But unlike a regular land lease, you don't have a private entity that can just randomly decide at the end of the lease that they're going to make it impossible. So the city wouldn't do that because it wants people to continue living here. All right, so another little vista here. As you can see, pretty little streets. This is a cul-de-sac. And then beyond, you see the World Financial Center and the World Trade Center behind that. Now the beauty of being here is that you're right on the water. Pretty little park areas. We'll see some sculptures as we go along. Little restaurants, shops. Nothing like the main part of Manhattan. Very sparse, but small town feel. You feel like you're in some American countryside urban area. And of course, then you notice the Statue of Liberty and realize it's New York. Let's see if we can go this way. So I'm currently walking towards the water, walking due west. Jut out here. And as you can see, there are some structures on that side. There's one that is actually a museum. I think it's a Holocaust museum to the Holocaust survivors. And then some park type structures where you can go sit down on a bench and watch the water. Again, these other buildings, Visionaire, and then that's what I believe the Millennium building where they used to have the hotel. We'll have to check on that. And a Montessori, look at that. That's early childhood school. A lot of people exercise here because of the fresh air by the Hudson River. Park area. There's no traffic out here. It's all boardwalk. So what are all those skyscrapers? Well, that's Jersey City. That's right across the Hudson River here. You can take the PATH train, World Trade Center, or further up, all the way up to the 30s, we have PATH train stops that will take you right into Jersey City. There are also water taxis. That might be one there. The little ferries. And there are buses that take the tunnel, the Holland Tunnel. You can see a little bit of the Verrazano Narrow Bridge here, which is the bridge between Staten Island and Brooklyn. So we cannot see Brooklyn. We do have a lot of helicopters and things in the airways here. Had a couple crashes over the years, helicopters and small aircraft. So it's fairly busy. As you can see, again, a lot of people running, exercising on this gorgeous day, gorgeous fall day here in October. Some people wear sweats, other people are just t-shirts or less. No, I just have a regular jacket that I wear pretty much all year round. If it does get colder, I will wear a coat. So it gives you a good idea here of this walk. It's a nice long walk, and you get these little something over there, some kind of structure, not much. There are more as we go further. Let me give a little break here and then we'll see some more. Gives you an idea of some of the little urban art forms that are here in Battery Park City between the buildings. As you walk along every few blocks, you see something like the structures behind me. We'll take a little walk there and see. And of course, in front of me is the water. Jersey City, Statue of Liberty, other parts of New Jersey up there, and the World Trade Center behind me. So let's take a walk through this structure here. It's just urban art. There are various different types, block to block. Looks like you could have a dinner party here or actually play chess. That's what it's for. Chessboards. Piece of architecture. Looks like a statue or something inside. Somebody was photographing it. And another cul-de-sac. There are restaurants over there. And we head back towards the water. Just a little example of some of the little restaurants here. So very sparse. Lots of blocks of walking in between. Meze on the river. And then people live up there. Someone working out. This building has a gym. As many, probably many do. And back there is the World Trade Center. Indoor, outdoor dining, menus. And then a long stretch, just walking. So what we're coming up on is the Marina. And this is part of what used to be the World Financial Center or Brookfield Place. And there's a cute little marina, some very, very expensive yachts, and some lovely sailboats. I think I've taken a sailboat trip from here. And I don't know if this is volleyball. Might be volleyball. Yeah, no cars out here. It's all walking. Nice rubberized court. And another water taxi taking off. That points west, meaning New Jersey. See all the little sailboats, the piers, a lot of piers without boats on them. I'm pretty sure I took that might be the sailboat I was on. Not recently, but it's a beautiful wooden sailboat. Let's see how beautiful the mast is. So you can reserve a ride on one of these. And North Cove Sailing, not sure what that is. Bunch of boats there, all sailboats. And those are probably not accessible. They look like fancy yachts. And there's New York City Waterways, Ferry. That goes around from Manhattan all the way up to the Bronx. So it goes around the tip and even down to Seabright, New Jersey. It's quite a ways from here. So they're trying to make use of the waterways as much as they can. We're going to walk around this marina and get closer to the World Financial Center or Brookfield Place, which is a big shopping area right now. Boats like to sound their horns. So this big shopping area is indoor shopping, Brookfield Place, connected to the World Trade Center. On the other side of the highway, a couple bridges, pedestrian bridges. And as we go along, we leave behind some of these residential buildings, and then there will be other residential buildings on the north side. Some public areas to sit outside. You'll see some of the restaurants have their own areas. Some good restaurants in there. That's part of the Brookfield Place. A few buildings. I think American Express was one of the early tenants here. There's those fancy yachts again. This is all what used to be the Financial Center, and that glass dome there. We should go take a look at that. I'm gonna walk along here, give you an idea of this beautiful waterfall. Very gentle, very calming, reflecting pool, and the restaurants that they have here. indoor or outdoor. You can choose behind a piece of plastic. Le District. And this is outdoor people watching the reflecting pool. Happy hour every day from 4 to 6. Inside only. Don't be taking those drinks outside. So another set of tables. One entrance to Brookfield Place. We'll take this one here. Give you a view of the palm trees. Yes, we have palm trees in New York. Indoor palm trees. All year round. Let's see if we can get through here. And switch it around. And there it is. This is what we used to call the Winter Garden. Not sure what it's called now. It's part of Brookfield Place. I guess purchased by the company called Brookfield. And that's all glass. And those are all palm trees. And they do sometimes set it up so they have performances right where I'm standing. A lot of shops, some of them pretty high end. Keep going to a couple of different levels here. You don't need to do a lot of shopping, but get another view. This is where they sometimes have performances. Under this huge glass dome called the Winter Garden. Ferragamo. Well, I guess that's pretty high level. And then we get to the north side of this complex, Brookfield Place. Cutting through here, see some of the stores. PJ Clark's, I think that goes out onto the water. Let's go back out this way. Better to spend time outdoors when the weather's good. Obviously a beautiful day here in October. Past Columbus Day, and the weather's gorgeous. A little chilly at night, but as you can see, a lot of people sit outdoors enjoying their drinks, snacks, and the sunlight, and fresh air. So this is not exactly a part of Battery Park City. It's sort of within Battery Park City. Battery Park City on either side of us. Just finished walking through the southern bit, and we will go to the northern bit, which is sort of like Tribeca West, I think is where it ends. B.J. Clark's Oyster Bar. Leave the Marina behind us. This is 300 Vesey Street. Some kind of alarm going off over there. Parking garages. These buildings all have parking garages. Modern buildings. Coming up on another urban structure, art structure. Two of them. Unfortunately, attract some of these skateboarders here. Not necessarily allowed, but they feel like they can do that. And we turn north. Still Brookfield Place. And this is a water taxi station. It's an app. You get on the ferry and you go somewhere else. And I'll come back in a minute. And we're a little closer to northern Tribeca. All right, so here we are in the Solair, and a beautiful unit. It's a corner unit with amazing views. It's been fixed up. There are different levels of renovation in this building, and there are also investor units in case you just want to invest. But this is a freshly renovated home with new flooring and some new appliances. But the views are breathtaking. Let's take a look. We were walking down there the other day, and that's the walk by the water. But this is the water, the Hudson River. Jersey City, which is right across the Hudson. You see some sailboats and different other parts of New Jersey. This faces west, so we're not getting direct sunlight right now, but we will in the afternoon. That is a ferry terminal. You can take a water taxi from there and go to different parts of the city and New Jersey. In the distance, not too far away, is the Statue of Liberty. So you get some pretty clean views here. They have trees, gardens, and this other building, all in Battery Park City. You can see it's a fairly large living, dining, nice little section here for the dining table. You can go into the bedroom here. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. Very nicely sized bedroom with a king-sized bed. Again, the river views in the primary here. Nicely decorated closet. Hopefully you'll have more clothes than that when you move in, but there's some high-end decorations. And an ensuite bath. You get the shower, the tub, back into the living room. And we swing into the little breakfast nook. So this is right off the dining room and the kitchen as well. So the kitchen is not open plan, but it is right off this little nook. From here also you see the water and the Statue of Liberty. Kitchen has new appliances, so it's not the highest level of renovation, but it's all nicely done. Here we have the entrance, entry closet, put your coats here, and bathroom here with a washer dryer. This bedroom is done up as a study, but obviously a very good sized bedroom. The closet over here, views of the Statue of Liberty and the Hudson River. I think there's another room. So this is a 3-bedroom apartment. This is done up as a kid's room. It does have an ensuite bath with a tub. You can see one of the ferries heading off. It's the water taxi. So yes, Statue of Liberty from all the windows. 3-bedroom apartment here. And this is 3-bedroom, 15, almost 1,600 square feet. Southwest river views, 3.175. And the monthlies, common charges, 2,800. Pilot, that's the payment in lieu of taxes, which we've spoken about a little earlier. That's you pay to the city. It's not actual taxes, but it's because this is reclaimed land, 3022. So here we have it. And this is 19A, another 3-bedroom, slightly lower floor, very similar. You get the primary, the secondary, with a little corner there, washer dryer, very similar to the one we just saw. And here's the 3rd bedroom. But the difference is, you get this outdoor space. Obviously, you pay a little bit more. You still get the very high-end appliances, the Wolf and the other appliances, but you get an outdoor space.
It's actually the same price.
Shaded seating area, a bright seating area, and no river views, but a lot of eastern views, World Trade Center views. Got some airplanes up in the sky. That's what happens when you have outdoor space. So that's been not a penthouse, but another 3-bedroom that has its own outdoor space. So it's Christopher Butt here at Battery Park. Well, this is not Battery Park. This is part of Battery Park City. It is Rockefeller Park, northernmost part of Battery Park City. And we're about to witness a dance performance in an hour or so. So here I am with the geese. Follow me, tag me, and sign up so that you can get future updates on places in Manhattan, the way we live. And if you need to find an apartment here, happy to help. Or anywhere in the world. Well, at least in the US. We have affiliates throughout. Christopher Butt with the Corcoran Group. As you can see, some fairly modern, beautifully shaped buildings. There's the Solair, which I do believe we have some footage. There's a rental building that's being redeveloped into a condominium. So you can get some pretty interesting deals there, some with tenants already in them, some brand new renovated. And here's another interesting structure. So let's go on this side. I believe we had a little art installation here. Well, procession of some costumed characters for the Hudson River pageant with Earth celebrations. Now here it just looks like a modern building at the bottom. But let's get to the other side of this and see it's a very different feel. Again, one of these urban art structures here in Battery Park City. Now, there are some hotels as well, a lot of residential buildings. And as you saw, Brookfield Place, which had a lot of shopping, but office buildings. It's again the northern extremity of Brookfield Place. And these are, I guess, more residential buildings. Just wanted to show you the shape of this thing. It's a garden. Very modern structure on the other side. And here you have a garden. People walking through there. It's not like a ruin, an old ruin from ancient Rome or Greece, or just built to look that way here in New York City. So we get all types of things here. Conrad, I'm not sure what that is. La Masa Taverna, another fairly famous restaurant here in New York City. They have 2 or 3 of them, I'm sure. Different parts of town. And Halloween decorations. Maybe it's a little kids party. And we're coming up on North End. So there are buses that ply this area. We're taking the, I think it's the M20 from here all the way up into Lincoln Center. It's a long ride along 8th Avenue. A lot of it's very attractive in the village. And then you get into Midtown, slows down, and it's not as exciting. But here we go again. That's, I think, a building on Murray Street. So Murray Street being downtown Manhattan, the Financial District, but it stretches out over here. Cuts across the highway, and this is still Murray Street. You can go over that way across at various subways there. So you're getting a little feel for the residential section. The Solair Sales Gallery open. We'll go on this side. Got a better view of that building. There's an outdoor area up there where we had drinks and a few bites to attract us. And then I've been in some of the apartments right on the corner over there, looking out on the little ice cream truck. Not sure if those are still available, but again, there are always apartments available in the area. We can find you the best one that fits your needs. Headed back towards the water as we clear this corner over here. So there are not a lot of lights. These are all-way stops, which people from other parts of the world, or at least other parts of the country, understand a little better than we New Yorkers. We're so used to stoplights and walk lights. But here you just walk. Look, just walk. And they stop for you. Not allowed to hit you, believe it or not. So here we have some greenery. And we're in the northern section of Battery Park. As I said, parts of this are known as Tribeca West. So Tribeca is another neighborhood that stands for Triangle Below Canal. That's Canal Street. So this is the western section. Didn't really exist before, but since it's all been built up, you got stoves for kids, ping pong tables, swings, basketball courts, dogs barking at each other. Signs of life anywhere in the country. But this happens to be part of New York City. I had someone ask me once, I don't really want to live in those congested parts of the city, people walking all over you when you come out the front door. But at the same time, I want to live in New York City. In an area that's not crowded and crazy. And guess what? Here it is, Battery Park City. Some more greenery, as you can see, huge lawns. I think we came here for a performance that might be documented on this video. It was a dance performance by Battery Dance. Well, Battery Dance had a whole season, I think almost a week, and most of it was here. Oh, this part has, again, more urban art. So that's kind of the end there where you see that there's water and another marina, but this little gazebo, whatever you want to call it, certainly an artistic touch by all these residential buildings, some rental, some condos. So Whole Foods over there in that building. So somebody's getting a fresh direct delivery. Different ways of satisfying whatever needs people have. Smell of freshly cut grass. And we have an artist called Tom Ardennes. Tom Otterness. Most people know him from the 14th Street subway stop on the A, C, and E. Does these little copper bronze figurines. This is pretty ornate here. I think I'm going the wrong direction, but there's a face. And then we can go, oh, they're all different directions. Trace this path. And somebody trying to work with a pencil over there. There's some kind of creature crawling along this path. Again, chess tables, look at that. New Yorkers love chess. And here you can play alongside some sculptures. A water fountain, more sculpture, a fist. So it's quite an extensive little exhibit of the work of Tom Otterness, and that one's real. Oh, there you go. Oh, posing for us. Some large footprints over here. Oh, that squirrel's pretty happy. And we get another one of these creatures, some monkeys. Hello. And this Marina. I believe beyond that, we get, is that Chelsea? We do see Chelsea piers. Well, we saw some of the piers and things on the Chelsea video. So this is the culmination of Battery Park City. Looks like this last building here is 41 River Terrace. I think it's a rental. So you get over there, and that's a different area. Chambers Street. Oh, here's a nice little thing to end the video on. Structure. You can go through here. Again, this is Christopher Butt. Please subscribe, follow, see all my neighborhood videos, videos of apartments, other sometimes performance videos, and let me know if you need an apartment in New York City. Christopher Butt with the Corcoran Group, CBUTT @corcoran.com. Thank you for watching.